sweetener jar for you guys. So, as you guys know, that this is Lion Gate Energy. You do not have to do this for Lion Gate Energy. You can do this for any day, right? It doesn't matter. But because I'm doing a group ritual, I wanted to show you guys what I was going to do. So, I'm going to give you a warning, okay? The warning is that you do not have to use as many herbs as I'm going to use because I pulled out probably about 15. The reason why I pulled out so many was because, for one, is Lion Gate energy, and I want the energy to be strong. But I pulled out so many because when you make your own, you may only have three herbs that I have, right? Or you may only resonate with three herbs. Like, you don't have to do a lot. I promise you. I am a Leo. I just like to do the most. My stuff be hidden though, okay? It be working, but definitely be hidden. Like it works. So this right here, I already got started. So this right here, it has um, honey. It has the names of the people who participate in my group ritual. It also has hibiscus tea in here, and um, white sugar. Okay. Now I'm going to add more at the end of my ritual because I did add some now or before I started it, but I'm going to add more. But I have a lot of herbs or whatever, so I'm going to go with that. So first of all, you always want to. I'm going to use. Sorry, I'm going to use cinnamon. When you do these lives, you just got to go with the flow. But I'm going to use cinnamon. I have cinnamon sticks. Trying to find them. All right. So I have cinnamon sticks. I'm going to add cinnamon. Oh, and I also added coffee, I think. I don't know if I added coffee. Let me go add my coffee right now, real quick. Hold on. I didn't realize I didn't have it unmuted. But anyway, I got cafe. I added cafe bustelo in here, instant coffee. You know why? It's espresso. It works fast. I want this to work fast. The thing about it is this is a sweetener jar, but when you do sweetener jars, like it takes time, like that's the whole purpose of it because it's going to stick. I like to mix my sweeteners like honey. I added honey in here and I added white sugar in here. The purpose of me adding honey in here is simply because of the fact that like I want it to stay. White sugar moves faster. It's liquid, it moves faster, right? So I'm also have cinnamon sticks here. I'm gonna add a cinnamon stick into this jar. The reason why I'm doing that is because cinnamon represents a lot of positive stuff. Like if you're trying to get money, if you're trying to get love, or whatever you're looking for, right? And this is a blessing jar. This is blessing your life and sweetening up your life here. So when you use cinnamon, it has this element. It's like a universal herb, right? And not only is it universal, it's one of those things, like I said, it heats it up. You always need something that moves the energy in your spell work. You never want it to be stagnant, but you also want to make sure that it's always like there's a good mix with it. The mix, the reason why you want a good mix is because, like, sometimes when, think about passion, when things are too passionate, it burns out. Like, say if you had a love affair or something like that, or you had a fling with somebody, you met them, it was hot and heavy. What eventually happens to that relationship is that it fizzled out, right? So that's why you want to make sure you have that balance. I also have coffee in here. Coffee is so important in here. I need to speed up my results. It's sweetening my life, right? But I need it to speed up. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this in here to bring in that energy to speed up things. And I have a lot of I do have a nice blend that actually like helps speed up things. And I actually took the time to write out, because I'm just that person, everything each herb is going to do. So with this cinnamon here, it's going to speed things up. It's also going to bring success. It's going to bring this warming energy. So like when you heat things up, it always warm it up as well when you use cinnamon in your spell. It's going to bring in prosperity and favor, right? I would say as much as you can, any spell work, always try to add that element of cinnamon into your spell work, because it does. I mean, it just really just get things moving. The next thing we're going to use is chamomile, and chamomile is good for a lot of stuff too. Chamomile is good for like luck, peace, calming conflict, and it also brings in money blessings. So make sure you add that if you have it. Like as you guys know, like when you're a kitchen herb or a kitchen witch, you know, not like using the word witch because witch has a negative connotation to it, but when you uh, work with the elements, right? You will always want to make sure that you use what you got. Don't go out your way to get any of these things. So I have chamomile here, right? And so, like I said, this chamomile, I need this chamomile to bring luck, peace, calming conflict, and bring in money blessings. So I'm gonna put this pinch in here because we need it for the money blessing. This is a blessing jar. So this and that cinnamon is gonna speed things up because it's gonna bring in real blessings. It's gonna bring it in super fast. The next thing I'm going to use is rose petals. Now, rose petals are good for love. If you're trying to attract any type of love, self love, romantic love, just more loving energy, use roses. Or I think it's called geranium. It's just like roses. It has the same component, but geranium is cheaper. So you want to put these rose petals in here, and this is going to bring in, like I said, love, kindness, affection. If you're trying to have a reconciliation with somebody, and it just brings in that gentle, loving energy. All right. So the next herb we're going to use after this, like I said, I have 1,000 because I wanted y'all to. I like to use what I got, and I want to show y'all like just use what you got. It's not ever that serious. I just love to buy herbs when I see them. All right, lavender. So I have this lavender here, right? And then I also have this attract love blend I got from my local botanica. Trying to put it in here. So I also have this, right? So this has a lot of loving energy. So for those people that's in my jar that wants to be blessed for love and to attract love and to have more loving energy, I'm gonna add that in here for those. Um, I already have that with the chamomile, but I'm gonna add the chamomile by itself because I need this. Not chamomile, this lavender by itself because I need this lavender to bring in peace, harmony, healing. You know, if like if you say if you argue a lot with somebody, this is going to bring in that healing element to that and promoting like loving communication. Also, lavender is a really good herb for like when you're trying to eat like lavender and cinnamon are two good herbs to always use in your spell. Seriously, lavender and chamomile just have this calming component, but lavender worked with a lot of stuff, right? So far, this is what it looks like so far. Um, So the next herb I'm going to use here is basil. So basil brings in blessings, prosperity, peace in the home, and good fortune. Because, like I said, this we're trying to bring all kind of blessings in our lives. Basil will be great for this. And people usually have basil in their cabinet, um, because when you go to the Dollar Tree, it's just like $1. It's nothing expensive. So, but it's always good for money magic, good fortune. So spirit bring in good fortune, prosperity, peace, and blessings. All right, the next one I'm going to use. Oh, and what I'm going to, instead of using so much water, I'm going to use because I still have a little ways to go, but I'm going to use this orange blossom here. Um, the seven African powers, because I believe in the Orishas, and then I also the prosperity oil. I mean, the Florida water. So these are Florida waters I got. So the next one I'm going to use is magnolia flowers, and so magnolia flowers is like for a favor, like drawing in positive attention, but it also can be used in sorry, get my life together. Um, my bad, y'all. Everybody's like, what is going on? It's okay, because I ain't perfect. Anyway, so magnolia flowers is good for beauty magic. Like if you like beauty spells or something like that, you trying to draw in attention, put you some magnolia flowers in there. And so because it has this positive attention and it has this energy of favor, I'm gonna add this in here. The next herb I'm going to use is the five finger grass. Now, I love that. That's one of my favorite herbs. Let me tell you why. Because five finger grass is the money um, herb. Like you get you some five finger grass, you walk around with it in your pocket or whatever, the oil or whatever, you're gonna get some money. Like there's no way that you're not gonna get any money with five finger grass. Okay, so always try to have that herb when you're doing money magic. So I'm going to add five finger grass in here. And a lot of my herbs I get from Etsy. Like I go on Etsy and I find my favorite botanica that I like that sell herbs, and I get it from there. Um, so the next herb here, and so five finger grass is like I said, it's good for money. Like it's going to bring in that success. You trying to get more success in your life? Add it. That's the one herb I would say always keep around. But it helps with getting favors, help from others, and just success. So if you're just wanting like that ultimate success, trying to get that money, five finger grass. Bay leaves is one of those good herbs too. So I'm gonna add bay leaves. This right here is good for like wishes, success, victory, and manifesting intention. My whole goal in here is for everybody to have blessings in their life, like getting blessings nonstop, and like life is just starting to be a lot sweeter for them. You know, that's the whole purpose of this. Also, I didn't tell y'all I added glitter at the bottom of this and hibiscus. I think I told you about the hibiscus, but I didn't tell y'all about like the glitter. Um, Spirits love glitter. If you can, always add it to your spells. All right. So the next herb I'm going to use is clove, and clove is good for like friendships. If you're trying to get more friends, having good friends around you. It's also a good protection herb. We haven't had anything in here that was a protection herb yet, so this will be great for protecting what we got, protecting us while we're receiving these blessings. Also, it's good for drawing in good fortune. Okay, we want the money, we want good fortune, we want the blessings. Bring in the blessings. So I'm gonna add this, and this is also another one that heats things up. Okay, adding this to your spell work, it's going to move things fast. There is no stuck energy when you got cloves, when you got ginger, you got cinnamon or coffee. It moves things. The next herb here that we're going to use here is lemon palm. Now, lemon palm is really good. Anytime you use anything citrus, citrus is all about like bringing happy energy. Sometimes people may just feel like their biggest blessing is to find happiness, you know? So adding this to this spell or to this jar will actually help because it brings in that happy energy. But it also helps to like heal your heart. It brings in peaceful energy and it just lifts your spirit. So I'm gonna add that in here. I'm gonna add a lot in here because I think that's really important to be happy. All right. So the next one we're gonna use is rosemary. Rosemary. All right. So rosemary is good for blessings, cleansing. Remember, we're doing a blessing jar and we're trying to sweeten our lives. So blessing, cleansing, protection, um, that remembrance, that spiritual strength. This is good for that, right? So I'm going to add this in here. And rosemary is another herb that you can use for all of your spell work, all of it. So I'm adding in rosemary to bring in those blessings. We can't have enough blessings. We can't have enough herbs that provide blessings for us, right? Um, then I'm gonna use hyssop. I think I got some hyssop. If not, I'll add it later. But hyssop is hold on, just do a good sweep because I got all of these herbs over here. Yeah, okay, I don't have it in here. So, but if I find it, I'll add it. Hyssop is good for like spiritual cleansing. Like sometimes we need to get that old energy away from us, and then like hyssop, it's in the Bible too. Like hyssop is good for cleansing, uncrossing. Like if you just need that major change, like the reason why I'm adding so many herbs on here is for one because I wanted to show you guys just all the different herbs you can add and what it can do. But I also wanted you guys to like see how powerful this jar can be. Like different things do different things. You get what I'm saying? Like different herbs do different things. It may seem like the same family, but it does different things. And like since this is just like a sweetener jar, you can dump as many herbs as you want in here. Now, when you're doing, candle work and stuff like that, you don't have to add that many. You can add like three to seven, But this is like, okay, the ultimate power because it's going to sit. You got to work the energy. And every time you work the energy, it moves the energy. So it makes your life better. It's sweetening up things. Anytime you put a candle on top of it, it's sweetening up things, right? And so this is just helping you to like really change the dynamic of your life. So you can add as many as you want, or you can add as little. You literally could have just added water and sugar, water and honey, and it would change your life. It would sweeten up your life. But because I am adding all of these different herbs on here, it's because I'm trying to change the dynamic of the situation. Like I'm trying to add the power behind it. So yeah, if I had nothing but sugar and water, I would just use sugar and water. If I had nothing but sugar and honey and water, I would just use honey and water because I know it's still gonna move it, but like I wanted to move it in the direction that works for me. That's why I'm adding these herbs. That's why when you do yours, I want you to know what works for you. You know, what is your life calling in right now? And because this is a group ritual, because this is a group ritual, like people need different things. So we're all going to be blessed with these good favors, right? But say for instance, somebody in my jar needed more love. They would love blessing and love, but they wanted to just add their stuff in the blessing jar, right? So that means that they get more love, right? But they may not need more money, but now they get love and money. They're like spirit knows what directions to bless them, and they have the herbs to actually help them work that. So that's why it's really important. Like that's why I'm adding so many. One, like I said, I didn't need to. That's why I want you to understand. I didn't need to, but because I'm doing this live and I wanted to show you guys, I'm adding it and I'm making it way stronger. Um, Let's see what else we need. We can do nutmeg. Nutmeg is good for luck, luck and prosperity. Okay, so this is going to bring in um, nutmeg, luck and prosperity. It is going to bring in a lot of luck. Okay, good luck in your energy. It is another heat up. Um, you see how it's going to heat things up. That's why I'm gonna add more sugar to this because this I added a lot when I started, just melted, but I'm gonna add more sugar because it's a lot of fire in here, and I need to balance that out with like that sweetened energy here. So the next herb we're gonna use is catnip. So this is really good to draw in whatever you want, whatever you looking for. Catnip is amazing for because you know how cats are addicted to catnip. This is just like that. This draws in that energy. Like whatever you need, it helps you. It go gets it for you. Whatever blessing you need, this is going to get those blessings for you. Okay, that with that catnip, whatever blessing you need, it's gonna go find it and it's going to bring it back towards you. The next one I have is red clover. See, if I wanted to just use red clover by itself, I could. Um, you know why? Because red clover is all about like blessings. It brings good fortune and blessings towards you. It is a good woman herb. So I'm adding this in here to bring that good fortune and that blessing towards everybody here. I also have something called peony. And like I said, I want to keep reiterating, you don't need all of these herbs whatsoever. Okay? Use what you got. Use what resonate for you. But this is a group ritual. So this right here is bringing in prosperity and protection. So we always need something to protect us. So we want to make sure we have that in there. So that's bringing in prosperity, and protection. And let me see if there's anything else I want to use. I do want to use Damiana. I want to use this lemon. I don't know if I use lemongrass, but I'm about to. I got meadow sweet. I took that out. I got this. Oh, I do have hyssop. Okay, so let me add this hyssop here for cleansing. Pine needles is good for bringing in money. I'm gonna add that. Lemongrass. I think I did add lemongrass. I'm gonna add some more though. Damiana is good, and it's for love and attraction, passion, romance, joy. Definitely if somebody's trying to draw somebody closer to them, like if somebody about got in this ritual because they wanted to draw in somebody closer, this is great for that. So that passion to get what we need, sweeten our lives up, but have that passion. Meadow sweet is an herb I use. Um, Now this one is good for like increasing like happiness. It's attraction. It's an attraction spell and uplift the atmosphere. So I'm gonna add this in here. Shoot, I didn't add the kitchen sink up in here. And then I do have this one releasing or mix. Let me tell you why I'm gonna use this releasing mix because the people who are in this in this jar, I want to make sure that it releases all negative energy and just bring in that sweetness. Okay. So some people have a hard time releasing. So this is going to bring in that sweet energy here. So let me add that. And then juniper beads, berries. I took that out. That one's good for like cleansing and like protection and spiritual purification. Like that could be something that people are having a hard time releasing with, right? So I'm gonna add that in here. All right. So that's 1,000 herbs that is going to change everybody's lives. Um, like I said, I'm gonna use these colognes, these Florida water, instead of adding just pure water. This prosperity one, everybody can use more money, especially in this economy. Everybody could use more water. I mean, more money. I said more water. And then this orange blossom, bringing in that positive energy. Orange blossom is really a good herb. Hold on. Oh yeah, and then I tell you the meadow sweet. It brings in peace, happiness. The orange blossom brings in joy, blessings, happiness, attraction, and favorable outcomes. Okay, we want to use a lot of this, bringing in that good, positive energy. All right, so I'm going to add more sugar in this. Um, yeah, I'm gonna add more sugar in this to make this sweeter, or and more honey. But yeah, this is pretty much the jar. I'm gonna fill it up with water, and this is going to definitely be something that I'm going to put on my altar for Lion Gates energy for the 14 days, and then for the next 14 days, I'm gonna add it on my altar, and I'm gonna work this. But I wanted to show you guys just how you do it, just how it works. So yeah, that's what I got, y'all. I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all try it. If you guys ever need somebody to work your spells, work your magic for you, always go to my website at ltspiritualtv.com. I have products and I have rituals. Also, I do readings on there as well. So check me out. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.